Lamentations, chapter 2 and verse 15, and it reads, all that pass by clap their hands at thee. Right? Lamentations 2 and 15. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss, they gnash their teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly this is the day that we look for. We have found, we have seen it. Yeah, so when our people were in a physical captivity, chattel slavery, the nations were happy as hell. Because Psalms 83 and 3 lets us know that the nations are confederate against us. They took a crafty counsel to do what? Take the name of Israel out of the earth. So once we were actually discontinued from our heritage, like it says in Jeremiah 17 and 4, hey, they kick their feet up, they pop bottles, they celebrate. Like I just brought out in Lamentations 2 and 15. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? So they know what it was like when we were in a sovereign rulership status. And now they see us the face of criminality, the face of whoredom, the face of homelessness, the face of poverty, the face of broken homes. And hey, they love to have it so. It's something that boosts their ego. In their heart of hearts, when they see Jake suffering, struggling, they like, hey, not only am I glad it's not me, but I'm definitely glad it's them niggas. Why Jake go to these same people thinking that they're his brothers, thinking that they are in the mind to give him equality, right? Be fair. No, that's not the spirit that the Most High has put on them. The Most High hardened Pharaoh's heart against us. Why? So his works can be performed, right? Most High like, I can't give you a heart to do nicely to them because I still need them to cry out to me, and I still gotta perform these miracles by fucking you up. So I'm not gonna harden your heart, but I'm gonna harden your heart because your iniquity, your evil works against him must be fulfilled before I fuck you up. He didn't harden his heart to preserve him. Ultimately, he did away with, you see ancient Egypt, right? It's just a relic in the middle of the desert to let you know what happens when you wanna follow idolatry, wickedness, and what happens when you oppress and subjugate the Lord's people, right? Let me bring this out. Right? A nation that cannot save thee. Like I brought in Lamentation 4:17. Our people constantly go and do these vain acts of trying to find resolutions and remedies at the hand of the very people that caused the problem. The rape victim can't go to the rapist expecting for the rapist to heal them. The rapist can say, I'm sorry, forgive me, but ultimately, he can't do nothing. He has to face a judgment, but then you're gonna have to go on that path of healing and reconciliation on your own. But by all means, should the rapist feel like he should be in a position to reverse what he did. You raped him. Not yet. Hey, you know, look, I'm never alone. I got angels around me. So, hey, I'm one of all right, sister. All right, sister, be blessed. Hey, a beautiful sister. She said, you don't got your brothers out here? Let me come and help you. You know, Eve is a big flirt. You know, they got to go out of their way to get attention. You know, hey, but many blessings on her head. You know, because just like with Tulsa, Oklahoma, our people, they want to go to the courts and try to get reparations and get restitution for what's been done to our people during our captivity here in America, even post-emancipation, during Jim Crow, segregation, right? These atrocities continue. And these are the things that our people are trying to bring up. During an election year, November 5th, a lot of people want these different elected officials, these different candidates, to have reparations on their agenda. Because voting is what you call quid pro quo, right? I'm gonna vote for you because you're gonna do something for me. And what is it that your campaign stands on? You know, like, are you pro-abortion? Are you pro-reparations? Right? Different things that you might want them to be elected, so your way of life, your way of being, your organizations can be represented. So a lot of J people, they like, hey, if there's not an elected official that has a campaign with our interest on the agenda, we're gonna vote for the couch. That's what they're saying. You know, in a few months, the powers that be, they're gonna start energizing and implementing your actors, your entertainers, your celebrities to do what? Influence our people to go to the voting booths, right? You remember Vote or Die? Shout out to Puff Daddy. Vote or Die, no Diddy. Right? Vote or Die, that was a campaign where they tried to get hip-hop community, right? Recently, you had Cardi B go to the White House. Quavo go to the White House, right? Glorilla, right? You're gonna have athletes, people from all different walks of life, people with notoriety, energizing people to go to the polls. To do what? Vote for Democrat, Republic, red, blue, the lesser of the two evils. Two wings on that same filthy buzzard. Two wings on the same vulture, right? We're commanded to be apolitical. That's what I'm about to go into as far as voting, right? We're brought here to serve a captivity. This is not our rest, right? We have our own constitution. We have our own laws that we're supposed to be following. We have our own leadership, right? We have our own king, right? And as far as this society, like I said, coming together to vote for leadership, that's something that we're not supposed to involve ourselves in. And like I said, what are we voting for? Most niggas, they'll just vote based upon tradition, you know, until the republic for which it stands. They're not going to be Republicans. They're staunch Democrats, staunch liberals, right? When our people have more conservative values, but hey, how can you bring something clean out of something that's unclean, right? This society is unclean inherently. So no matter what they try to do to put forth this veil of goodwill, righteousness, piousness, at the root of it is corrupt, right? And this is why the Bible said that it must be destroyed and a nation more profitable come in its place, right? So I want to start with the book of, I'm going to start. I'm going to start with Deuteronomy 28. Right, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy 28. Right, it's going to let us know who we are, where we are, and the conditions that we're going to have to face once we were brought to this new land, new Egypt. Right, Deuteronomy 28:60. I'm going to start with 68 reads. It says, "And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you." Right? It said, and no man shall buy you. That word buy in the Hebrew is the word karnal, which means obtain, possess, acquire, redeem, avenge. Right? You're going to be brought to a new Egypt by ships. You'll be sold for bondmen and bondwomen, slaves, and no man will be able to save you. No man will be able to avenge you. No man will be able to possess, obtain, and acquire you. Because that's what our people want. Our people want their condition to change. They go into the United Nations thinking that they can petition to them to come and address our issues and change our condition. They start little gun clubs and little organizations to try to come together to change the condition. People join sororities, fraternities, lodges, thinking that that's going to change their condition. People talk this generational wealth. Talk about establishing themselves and passing money down to their children. All right, I'm gonna be separate from the race. Yeah, I'm not black, I'm OJ. I'm not black, I'm Tiger. That mentality. Thinking that they are the exceptional Negro until they get that nigga wake-up call and the curses pursue them, overtake them, destroy them. Where is the good way? The old path. These laws, statutes, and commandments. But as it relates to voting, begging, groveling, marching, petitioning to our enemies to change our condition, it's frivolous, it's fruitless, it's vain. It's an empty concept that has been tried, that has failed, that has been tried, that has failed. Even in the Israelite community, niggas like Chief Ephraim, well, we need to come together and bury beans and buy land, and we're gonna get some trailers and we're gonna make an exodus. So you're gonna hop out of the frying pan into the flame type shit, as the young niggas say. Empty. You're gonna have a round table of the most brilliant minds among so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Hey, it's nothing new under the sun, like it says in Ecclesiastes 1:9. All you're gonna do is have niggas sitting around throwing up and regurgitating old concepts, trying to tweak them and put a new spin on them. Like it says in Acts 5, refrain from these men, because of this counsel be not of God is gonna come to naught. Right? Refrain from these men and let them alone. Right? Let me bring that out in the book of Acts very quickly. Right? People will come up to you, hey, we having this march. Hey, come to this rally. Hey, black man, don't you love black people? Well, come and support us. We doing this for us. Hey, nigga, I ain't black. All black people gonna die within the confines of America or wherever they're scattered. Black, no. Even 2/3 of Israel gonna be cut off. But I could jive with that. Hey, brother, I'm an Israelite. Come and study. All right, let's study. What doctrine do you follow? That would be the question, but I would consider that. But as it pertains to wasting my time, marching, get some exercise, what's the marching slogan that they have? No justice, no peace. Signs that say, I am a man and shit. Hell up out of here. Right? I'll watch the march. I ain't gonna get in their way. But all they doing is getting exercise. You might as well go to Platinum Fitness. Put on some headphones and listen to your favorite drill rapper. This is the book of Acts, chapter 5, and I said 38. Acts 5 and 38 says, and now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught. But if it be of God, ye cannot overthrow it, lest haply ye be found even to fight against God. Hey, this counsel is of God. This is how it's continuing to collect momentum. More people are coming into this thing. More heads are being sealed. And it's nothing that the government can do to stop it. They can do like COINTELPRO, counterintelligence operations, where they wiggle and worm their way into certain things. But even that, it's a spiritual aspect to that, where you're not going to be able to deceive the elect. We have discernment. All things hidden, like it says in Luke 12 and 2, will be revealed. So it's nothing that goes on without the will of God. It says the deceived and the deceiver are his. Daniel 12 and 10, it says, many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. Right? Very quick, let me bring out that precept. The deceived and the deceiver are his. There's nobody that can operate outside of the jurisdiction of the Most High. And if the counsel be of the Most High, man can't come against it. The deceived and the deceiver are his. To Job, and as I stated, you can try to infiltrate the Most High's program. The Most High's program can't be infiltrated. The Most High's program can't be infiltrated. The deceived and the deceiver are his. And like I said in the book of Acts 5, if it be of God, it will come to naught. If you try to come against it, it's like you fighting against the Most High himself. He will intervene, right? And his works will continue to be performed. See what I'm saying? As it pertains to voting, right? And hey, just like in old Egypt, hey, it was divine intervention. The Most High actually performed miracles, signs, wonders to deliver us out of our ancient Egyptian captivity. The same way, we're not gonna vote, we're not gonna march, we're not gonna receive reparations to be comfortable here, but the Most High is gonna turn up the discomfort so that his elect will cry out to him. Hey, and whenever his elect cry out, the Most High, hey, he will avenge them. Right? He will send them succor. And the same thing is going to happen during this particular captivity here in spiritual Sodom, spiritual Egypt, the daughter of Babylon, modern day America. Right? Let me bring this out in 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter. Right? This is 2nd Esdras. And I'm going to start with 15, and I believe it's verse 19. This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, and I'm going to start with verse 9. 2nd Esdras 15 and 9 reads, and therefore said the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before. And I will destroy all the land of the land thereof. Right? But here's the key word. It says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before. This is not talking about old Egypt. This is talking about the new Egypt written of in Deuteronomy 28:68. Egypt, Exodus 20:2 lets you know that it's synonymous with the house of bondage. Right? 1 Kings 8 and I believe 51. Egypt is likened into a furnace of iron, because that's what a jail is. Right? But he said that he's going to bring us out as he did before. Right? This is not going to be our first deliverance, but it will be our last. Right? Plagues as before. So marching, voting, hey, that's not profitable for the children of Israel. Let me bring this out in the book of Isaiah 11. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 11 and verse 11. It says, and this shall come to pass that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, Egypt, Pathros, Cush, Elam, Shinar, and Hamath. Right? Most High is going to sift Israel from among the nations. Why? Because we were scattered among all nations. Deuteronomy 28:64 talks about that scattering. Right? Psalms 44:11 talks about that scattering. Isaiah chapter 11 and verse 10 talks about that scattering. Ezekiel 11 and 16, scattering. Joel the 3rd chapter, scattering. Ezekiel 36 and 17, scattering. Baruch 3 and 8, scattering. Amos 9 and 9, scattering. You got to understand the mystery of the Gentiles, where we've been scattered among these nations. And we're going to be sifted from among these nations as well. Right? Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Yahweh has not forgot about us. Us is the whole house of Israel, in particular, his elect. Right? We've been brought low to be corrected and measured. Right? It says that in the book of Jeremiah 30 and 11. I quoted Baruch 4 and 5 earlier. Right? We haven't been brought low to be destroyed. Right? We're not just to be perpetual slaves in this place. Right? Let me bring this out in Ezekiel 36 and 10. Right? And why is the Most High going to deliver us? Let's get into it. Ezekiel 36 and 10 reads, says, Ezekiel 36 and 10 reads, and I will multiply men upon you, all the house of Israel, even all of it, and the cities shall be inhabited, and the waste shall be built. And I will multiply upon you man and beast, and they shall increase and bring fruit. And I will settle you after your old estates, and I will do better unto you than at your beginnings. And ye shall know that I am the Lord. Yea, I will cause men to walk upon you, even my people Israel, and they shall possess thee, and thou shalt be their inheritance. And thou shalt no more henceforth beraise them of men. Thus saith the Lord power, because they say unto you, thou land devourest up men, and have bereaved thy nation, therefore thou shalt devour men no more. neither berate thy nations anymore, said the Lord power. All right, bear with me. All right, let's get this right. Oh, here it is. Why is God going to deliver us? Here it is once again. This is Ezekiel chapter 36 and verse 22. It reads, therefore say unto the house of Israel, thus saith the Lord power, I do not do this for your sakes, O house of Israel, but for mine holy name's sake, which ye have profaned among the heathen, whither ye went. And I will sanctify my great name, which was profaned among the heathen, which ye have profaned in the midst of them. And the heathen shall know that I am the Lord power, saith the Lord God, when I shall be sanctified in you before their eyes. Right? Once we get elevated, once we get raised up, not because we are great, but because of for the Most High's name's sake. When they see us raised up, that's when the heathen gonna know that he gets the power, the glory, right? For his name's sake, not for us. Like I said, we've been written off, we've been given a bill of divorce, right? Like an unclean woman. But for the Most High's name's sake. See that? That's how powerful the Most High is, right? Hey, and like I said, it's a massive draft coming. You know, you heard about it last week, the week before that. Today is July the 1st, 2024. You know, and for the past 2 weeks, we've been hearing about rumors of war, legislation being passed to bring about a massive draft. So a lot of people understand that, hey, this draft is in preparation for war, right? And like I said, with this massive draft, a lot of niggas are gonna be sent over to the Levant, Lebanon, Syria, Jordan, Israel, the Valley of Jehoshaphat. This is gonna be the destination of a lot of these people that get drafted into the Third World War. That's written up in the scripture. So I want to bring forth some precepts very quickly based on, you know, the draft in the Third World War. How you doing, brother? This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 16 and verse 33. I'm going to start with 2nd Esdras. 2nd Esdras, chapter 16, verse 33 reads, the virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Right? Hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. Right? Hey, the virgin's gonna mourn, having no bridegroom. Women having no husbands. Daughters having no helpers. You know why? Because this represents the men dying in war. And now, you know, women are gonna be drafted as well. And it doesn't matter if you wanna be a transformer or transvestite, someone that's transsexual. It don't matter if you, as Elder Apostle Tahar say you change your plumbing. If you were born a man, it don't matter if you got silicone and a camel toe. You're going to be designated by the gender in which you were born. It don't matter if you're walking through society as RuPaul. RuPaul going to take his ass to basic training. And he's going to be instructed and taught on how to use a weapon. And he's going to be given a job description. See that? So, this is the order of the day. You know, we bring this out in the book of Isaiah. This is Isaiah chapter 4 and verse 1. And this could very well bring about this future prophecy. Isaiah 4:1 says, and in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name, to take away our reproach. Right? 7 women taking hold of one man. Right? Saying, we will eat our own bread, we got our own money, and wear our own apparel, got our own clothes. Right? She might come with a sack of money. Right? And she's saying, only let us be called by thy name. Saying, only let us be called by thy name. Because when you make marriage with a woman, she takes on your name. To take away our reproach. Because to be a woman in this society, unrepresented, unprotected, that's going to be a thing of reproach during wartime. They're going to try to get up under a man, and not any man, but a man of the Lord, to take away their reproach. And 7 just represents completion. Might be 7 women, could be 17, could be 2, you know. And in that day, really, women will represent a burden. So if the Most High is not with said woman, hey, they're going to be caught up in calamities, rape, infighting, race wars, famine, and a host of other things, right? Isaiah 4:1, a future prophecy. You know, in this modern time with the modern women, feminism, a lot of Jake ain't dealing with women because these women are proud. That's Esau's attack dog. He's weaponized our women against us as a war strategy. Women's liberation, feminism, Margaret Sanger, Gloria Steinem, the abortion epidemic. Our women, just like Eve in the garden, has always been beguiled. Has always been used to afflict and punish a lot of Jake in this society. Right? He facilitates their bullshit. But hey, at the last, they're going to understand that they've been deceived. Right? And they, if they are not among, you know, the elect women or with the elect men, unfortunately, you know, you're going to see titties, boobs, scattered in the streets, dead bodies of beautiful women. We're going to be stepping over them, unfortunately. Why? Because they didn't receive this knowledge when it was available. They thought that the white man was God. They were trying to find a soft girl. They were trying to do that black girl magic thing. They were trying to enter their soft girl era. Right? When you need to be like Titus 2 and 3, of understanding your purpose and being a good mother and a good wife to a God-fearing man. A man that's not leading you down a path of wickedness and perversion and degeneracy, but a man that is being led by Yahweh Shah. As it's written of in the book of Corinthians, the head of every man is Yahweh Shah, and the head of every woman the man. The Most High is not dealing with women. He's dealing with the man. And as it's written in 1 Corinthians, the 14th chapter, if the woman learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home. Submit to your husband, honor your husband, be loyal. And if you don't do that, you're going to be held in reproach. Right? To take away their reproach. There's going to be a reproach upon you. Right? Reproach upon them in that day, in that time. Right? Let me bring this out in the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 6. Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 6, as it relates to the massive draft that's going to be taking place here in Babylon very soon. Matthew 24 and 6 reads, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, and pestilence, and earthquake in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows." Hey, all these are the beginning of sorrows. Right? And like it says in Matthew 3 and 24, a house that's divided against itself cannot stand. You're going to vote for the mummy, Joe Biden, or the dummy, Donald J. Trump. They just had a debate, and I mean, if you were one of these nations that are opposing America, they're licking their chops, they're laughing. Why? Because this nation is divided. They cannot agree on anything, which denotes that dust, that confusion, that worm, the corruption, the corrosion. This place is on its last leg. This place is finished. The morals gone. Right? The American petrodollar being the #1 world's currency, a thing of the past. Nations being afraid of America, right? Being afraid to be blown into the Stone Ages, blown to smithereens. These nations, hey, the weak are saying I am strong. Right? These weaker nations are coming together with the understanding that, hey, now is the time to strike. Now is the time to be courageous. Now is the time to wake up the mighty man. You see that? See that? Let me bring this out in Matthew 24 and 14. I brought this out earlier. I'm going to bring it out again. Right? So as it pertains to marching, voting, reparations, the draft. Hey, that's the season that we're in. And our people need to get with the program. Micah 2 and 10, arise and depart, for this is not your rest. Right? Get out of that foolish way of thinking. That this is our resting place. Get out of that foolish way of thinking that this is a place that we could call home. This is Matthew chapter 24 and verse 14. It says, "And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come." This is why men are out on the highways and hedges. Right? Pushing for this good news. This good news that salvation is for us. We haven't been brought low for our destruction, but for our correction. God has not forgotten about us. He's going to save us with a mighty hand and an outstretched arm. We are more than conquerors. We must have faith to believe that He is, and the works to show that, hey, we believe. Faith without works is dead. That's what we're telling our people. Get active. Get busy. Change your mind. Subdue your own understanding. And make the necessary changes. in hopes that you obtain salvation. Because ultimately, hey, this is our reasonable service, right? With the conclusion of the whole matter, like it says in Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, with the conclusion, fear God, keep his commandments. And his commandments are not grievous, right? Let me bring this out in the book of Isaiah, chapter 62 and 6. I'm going to end with this one as far as this particular count. Isaiah chapter 62 and verse 6 reads, how you doing, brother? Isaiah 62 and 6 reads, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence, and give him no rest till he establish and till he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. Right? It says here, the Most High said, watchmen, we're not going to hold our peace, like it says in Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such that have afflicted him and made no account of his labor. Isaiah 62, it lets you know. Once again, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence, and give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem, Yasha, a praise in the earth. Right? A more profitable kingdom is coming. Right? They're building. Right? Every man represents a brick in that new spiritual house that's being built and being erected. Right? And that's exactly what we're doing. Right? We're ushering in a more profitable kingdom, wherein Israel will be the praise of the earth. We're going to be at the top, right, of global affairs, universal affairs. And this is the faith and the patience of the saints, that the things that are being written, the things that are written as pursuing the prophecy, Revelation 19 and 10, the spirit of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. This what separates the Bible from any other book. Prophecy. Prophecy, pro, means before, beside, to say before. We have the secrets, the prophets, to come and tell our people what's coming down the pipeline in the future, in hopes that they obtain salvation, obtain mercy. All right? So with that, I'd like to end by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Once again, I'd like to end by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Yahweh, that's the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. These other nations have gods. All the name of our God is Yahweh. His son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, in the Hebrew name is Yahweh Shai. Yah, meaning he, Yahweh Shai, deliverer. Right? And the Rakar Kadash is the spirit, the scriptures. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. I'd like to end by giving our praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Once again, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Those are the men with the 100% truth of the Bible. That's the doctrine that you should follow to obtain mercy in this time. Right? Hey, and many blessings to you brothers that are laboring in true faith and sincerity across the four corners of the earth, doing your best to make your calling and election sure. Hey, Lord willing, I make it back out next week. Hey, until then, Abba Ba, Shalom.